Welcome, everyone, to Humanity's Destiny. We're back in person in the global classroom and for our fifth class of the semester. And it's always great to be back in person with everybody and also online too in the cosmos and then in the distant solar system somewhere, another solar system asynchronously, watching the recordings and posting some good things in the discussion board, which is what I'm going to get to pretty soon. But today, what I want to do is start a new topic in our whole story that we're exploring this semester. And let me just come and get the, where is it? Yeah, it's in Safari, right? Okay, so I've got a lot of workarounds today that I've been able to jerry rig the class on my phone with the camera and the microphone so I can get the recording done properly on YouTube in high definition. And it worked in Global Leader today. So there you go. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing something today that worked in Global Leader is I'm going to be taking this camera around and I'm going to be talking to you individually, or you can use the camera. So it's going to get really, I think, pretty cool today. It looked good in Global Leader, but it's just another workaround. When the tech doesn't work here properly, I'm forced to do something else. And it just is a demonstration, I hope, of endless creativity. Endless creativity in a complex, messed up world that is so dependent on technology, and the technology doesn't always work. So then you have to be creative. So there you go. Excellent. So today, what we're going to do is start a topic called Together on Earth. Okay, and I'm sort of jumping around the topics this semester. Normally, I follow them in this order that you see them behind me, but depending on what's happening in the world and what I feel I can manage in the room, I kind of move around. So today, Together on Earth is essentially about the future of freedom, the future of human freedom. But before I really drill down on that a little bit later and next week too, I want to talk to all of you about this topic and some other topics. And I also want to read out loud some of the discussion posts. Number 4, the discussion board, some well-written ones, and so let's just make sure everything's working properly. Everybody can see me. And as a matter of fact, here's what I'm going to do right off the bat is I can take this because the microphone and I can move this around and let's so you can all see what's showing up on YouTube. There's a bit of a delay there, but that is what shows up. There's the back end. Okay, so I won't confuse you too much right now. That is the back end where I get my high def recording. And let's get it fully live right now. There we go. Okay, so you can see everybody. And right now, you should be able to hear me clearly, okay? Uh, and if you can't, just jump on your microphone and shout out, you can't hear me clearly, because I'm not checking the live chat right now. But anyways, this is just going to give you a little sense of the dizzying nature of the class today. And once I give students the camera, uh, yeah, you see, we can sit together and it's going to work. I think today, there we go. So, anyways, I don't want you to feel sick to your stomach with all this dizzying TikTok-y camera work. So let me just come over here for a second and uh, put it right here, okay? But I actually think this is going to work really, really well once we slow the camera down. Okay, so let's come back here and take this step by step. How is everybody today? Anything on your mind that you would, oops, what's happening over here? Just a second. Go ahead and I'll just slow this down and stop this for a second. Here we go. Beauty is cognition. Okay. Um, yeah, let's talk for a little bit before we really start getting into our topics. As always, sorry, let's do that again. How is everybody today? Not bad? Yeah? So so? Mm-hmm. Anything on your mind in particular about our future, about the human future, about humanity's destiny that you'd really like to at least put on the menu? And we'll cook something up today? Uh-huh. Yes.
I mean, like, my issue is not really on the big agenda, really,
Yes.
but is like disabled humanities just, yeah,
Disabled humanity?
I
Oh,
know.
I like this. Disabled. Is that what I heard? Disabled humanity?
Yeah,
Oh, go on. And?
so I had a professor here at the college last semester, a
Yes.
paralegal, and I ran into the class my very first day last semester, and she told me, "Oh, are you sure you're in the right place?"
Huh.
And I looked at her and I'm like, yes, stay 208 ADR.
Yes. So you were in the
So
right
I'm
place.
in the right place. And she goes, well, we don't have people like you
All
in
right.
this
Wait a
program.
minute. Let me stop you for a second. First, I know this student quite well, and he's always welcome in this class, and it's great he can roll in whenever he likes. Can you just tell them your name again?
Brandon Smith.
Brandon Smith.
Yeah.
Now, let me just make sure I understand something. I'm going to be the nasty interviewer for a moment and be devil's advocate. I don't believe you. I don't believe she would say that. Is that true?
Yes.
Well, they would say it. She, he. So you're telling me the truth.
Yep.
Ooh, we have a moment to seize here, folks, in humanity's destiny today from Brandon. Thank you very much. We're going to put that on the list. If I am understanding this correctly, somebody here who teaches said to you that there wasn't space for you in the room?
People like me are not in that program.
Huh.
So apparently, the Law Society of Ontario.
Yes.
Apparently, they don't want me in their program.
Ooh. Okay. So let's stop for a second, okay, Brandon? We'll stop for a second. This is great. I think that we just might have a moment to seize in today's class. But we have our content to cover. However, I always love when a student comes into this class, whether they are registered for this class or not, not registered, not registered, not registered, and yet these students come because they want to interact and they want to learn together, and they are always super welcome in this space because the whole point of this space, yes, it's to get high marks and your credential. But more importantly, it's to come to a space where you can really learn together and understand how to deal with this very complex world we're all living in. So, Brandon, thank you for bringing attention something that I'm going to broaden this out for a moment and then come back to our topic and to our discussion posts. But I would like to just say one thing. In no way am I trying to connect two events that are very different, but on a broad level, I kind of am. And the event that I'm sort of talking about is Well, let's go over to Google Earth for a moment. I had this sort of teed up today, and it was on Safari, wasn't it? Do you want to come, or was it on here? Uh, for now, I don't see it here, so I'll just have to tell you what it is. Oh, I know what it is. It's over here. This is the way I'll get to it. There's an event that just happened yesterday in part of Canada, and it happened right here. Now, I'm only saying this because it's about our future and it's about our destiny, and it's also about things that aren't right in the world. And what Brandon just said is an example of something that's not right. But something happened yesterday that I think we just need to touch on, and then we'll come back and we'll deal with the bigger topic today of freedom and together on earth. But it all kind of connects in the sense of together on earth, because if we're going to be together, close together in a very connected world in which everybody is different, then humanity has a problem. How do you deal with all these differences? Now, what happened exactly yesterday in Tumbler Ridge in the western edge of Canada, in British Columbia? You're looking at Tumbler Ridge right now on Google Earth. Do you want to just raise a hand if you know what happened? You're kind of aware of what happened? Okay. Good. And how about in the cosmos? If you want your 5 out of 5, just like that, just jump on your microphone now and say, yes, I know what happened in Tumbler Ridge.
Yes, I do know what happened there.
Yeah, way to go. And who's that?
It's Hanin.
Haneen?
Yeah.
Way
For
to
some
go,
reason
Haneen.
my camera is
It's
not
okay.
opening. It's not working, but my mic is fine. Uh, the thing that happened, it's really, really bad.
Mm,
The
yeah.
school shooting, like, well, I never thought we will have something like that in any part of Canada.
Well, we have had this in Canada before, once before on this level. The magnitude of it was a little bit greater than this, and it happened in Montreal um, about, I think, 20 years ago in L'École Polytechnique in Montreal. And there was a young man who walked into a college, and he decided, based on the fact that he was angry about women, and he proceeded to kill about 14 or 15 of them, I believe. So it has happened in Canada. But this is, in terms of what happened yesterday, right up there. Um, is anybody feeling like they would not like to address this for a moment, that this is just too heavy, too dark, too difficult to deal with in a classroom? I take the opposite view. I take the view that the more difficult the problems are that we talk about, the more empowering and inspiring it is, because the more we talk about things that are difficult, the more we get control of them, the more we get on top of them. The less we talk about things, the more they stay in our head, the more fear, the more paranoia, the more rage builds up. And before long, you just might want to be getting a weapon and walking into some place because you're so angry, because you were so disconnected from reality and humanity. So let's just address this for a second, and then we're going to go on and really deal with this idea of together on earth. Can somebody please help me? We'll come to Ryan in a second and understand what exactly happened in Tumbler Ridge yesterday, with just a sense, if you could, of why this might have happened. Does anyone want to try and explain that eternal, intractable, terrible question that nobody ever seems to be able to answer well? It's called why. We can answer the what's and the when's and the where's, but the why. So what happened? Does anybody know? in terms of why this happened. Do you want to try and explain? Ron, please go ahead.
I believe that when the matter is that an individual does not possess control over themselves, and how they feel.
For a second on him. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. You talk to that. I'm gonna.
Yeah, okay. I believe that the matter is that when an individual does not possess control over how they feel and does not feel responsible for that control, that they want to essentially control other people. They want to take other people's lives
Huh.
as their responsibility because they don't have their own life handled in any responsible sense.
Yeah. Responsibility is an issue here. Excellent, Ron. Thank you. And Haneen, could you just jump on your microphone again for a second?
Yeah, of course.
Did you hear Ron clearly?
Yeah, I did.
Beautiful. You can see it. Okay, we're going to try and make this work today so that everybody online can feel connected with you. And to hell with all this lousy tech that never seems to work here. And I've been fighting with for so many years, and it never really gets done properly. So, okay, we need a scribe. We need somebody to put on the board a few important points about the why here in terms of our future. And I hope that just in the next 10 minutes or so, as we review, excellent, we review this event that happened, that led our prime minister to cancel an important trip to Europe and, of course, come right back. And that has been covered globally. And that is a really big development. It's next to what happened in L'École Polytechnique, the worst mass shooting in Canadian history. And it happened in a school again. A school. So who's going to be the scribe? Somebody is going to go over there and make some notes.
I can.
Are you sure, Elizabeth? You've been writing some great stuff and you've been getting your fives very easily, but it would be terrific if you went over and wrote, okay? And you're always welcome to write the notes you want, even though we may say write this, you go ahead and write what you want, okay? But please keep in mind that students will be using these notes to review, so make it legible. Okay, so let me just say for those of you online right now, if you want to get your 5 out of 5 just like that today, then you must use your microphone. You must. And it's the only way this is going to work because I can't keep coming over to the live chat and checking. It's not always so clear. So is there anybody in the cosmos? Jump on their microphone who would like to help us to start to understand why this happened yesterday, that I think at 1:30 p.m. yesterday, we don't even know if it was a woman or a man. The witnesses are saying it was a woman, but it could be a man who wants to be a woman. Because we've learned from some of these school shootings in the United States that some of the shootings have been done by trans youth. These are young men or young women who are in the process of changing their sex. And it's been happening a few times in the US. So it's possible that this person who was described as wearing a dress and had long hair and who's been described as a woman might be not yet a woman. Who knows? Okay. So, what's the why that this person would walk in at 1:30 p.m.? We don't know much more than the fact that something like 10 people were killed. How many? 9
9.
people killed. 9. Okay, 9 people were killed. How many were injured?
I just searched it up. It says 10 dead
10 dead. 10 dead.
and 27 injured.
27 injured. So this is not. There's no BS conspiracy stuff. This actually happened. Okay, so we're not doing the whole class on this. We're just touching on a current event right now to figure out the why. So why do you think this person would do that? And what does this say about our future? Yes.
I feel like in many situations like this, if not all, there is aspect of mental health
Mental
involved
health.
in this. And it's usually a person who doesn't have supports, or they feel disconnected and they feel like they have no way out.
So mental health may be a big why here that we have to address, some kind of mental health issue. Fair enough. Okay, we'll make sure we get that down. I want you to make sure that as you think about this, good, this is working. And you're going to get your 5 out of 5 because guess what? We have a crew today. There's a writer and there's a camera person. And we're making a movie of the class. And you're the stars. Okay. What's that? Feel disconnected. Okay. Alienating.
No way out.
No way out. No way out. Right. Now, does anybody want to add a different perspective on that in terms of Ryan? Please go ahead.
Well, I feel like it's maybe a combination of just two things I was thinking of. And one of them is maybe just something I would say about, like, for example, martial artists. Like, I feel like martial artists, because, like, they understand the reality of violence and they train to be a weapon, they understand that it's not something you should inflict, like, willy-nilly.
Yes.
Like, it's almost like somebody who works with a tool has more value for that tool because it in both productive and unproductive hands, right?
Yes.
That was one thing. And then the other thing I was thinking was also in relation to even what we just talked about last week with ego, right?
Yes.
You don't have that kind of like some people say discipline, but I would use the word structure. When you don't have a structure to your mentality or your feelings or what you're doing here through your actions and through other physical things that
Yes.
you feel gives your life meaning, then it's like trying to build a house on sand. And I feel like this is where, like, you know, what we call mental health is just the ego kind of getting out of check, right?
Sure. Sure. Excellent.
Mike, I would just end with this, that you know, I think it was Mike Tyson, he used to say something like, you know, anger or ego or something to that effect was something that could cook your food or burn down the whole house, right?
Well, Mike Tyson is an interesting example. Do we know who Mike Tyson is? Let's just make sure we understand. He was the world heavyweight boxing champion. Do you ever remember the name Muhammad Ali? Well, now there was an amazing figure in history. Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson was later. And let's just remember about Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson has been very clear about his mental health issues. And let's not forget that once in a ring, he bit a guy's ear off, practically. So he has some rage issues. And that can translate into extreme violence. But would your point be, in terms of our future, Ryan, that we have to think about how we deal with our tendency sometimes to be violent? Humans have been very violent in history. And especially when you give them weapons and bombs. Whoa. So
I would say so.
you say that there's that, Ron? Or-
I would say so. I feel like also it's kind of like a recurring thing, as you said, with humans throughout history, right? Like I feel like I don't know. I feel like when you look at it from the perspective of as like you, and I'm not gonna say like, you know, how this would relate to a religion, but I do feel like basing your point of view around something that exists outside of yourself gives you a more like holistic and like beneficial for all approach to living life. But like when you're not thinking, when you're just thinking about you,
Just
you're-
you.
yeah, then you're always looking for something to battle against, right? Like almost like somebody just to like go after, or somebody to fight with some for some menial reason. Like I don't know how many wars have been fought over like religion, but and a lot of times they're all talking about the same concept.
Okay, let me just stop you for a sec, just so we can. Good. Ron's got a comment. Alienation. We've got that. And just ask a question. Raise a hand if you've gone through a period in your life ever where you were really struggling, and it was because you were supported, because you could reach out, because you could connect with other humans that helped you a lot. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Ron? Yeah, do you want to, and then we're going to move on, okay?
Yeah, all right.
Want to say something too?
Yeah.
Come in a second, okay? Go ahead, Ron.
I'll be brief. But I agree with Ryan's point, and I think that the systems of the world that we live in were formed mostly through violence and through wars, and I believe that it's almost become subconsciously ingrained in people to want to resolve their problems as such.
Through that kind of
Yeah,
violence.
yeah, through that kind of violence.
Well, we got to fix that. Humanity has to fix that for the future, right? That's a big fix. And what's your name again?
Zed.
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 Zed. Zed.
Yeah, like repair that.
Oh, Zed. Okay, Zed. You can actually, you can be handheld and you can walk around. And have you ever made a video where you walk around? Go ahead. Okay, just go up again and make a video. And it's a documentary. Today's class. Get the close up and Zed. Zed. Are you okay? Are you all okay with this? Am I being too much with the camera today? But it's the way to really.
I think it's fine as long as he doesn't get me eating, you know.
Okay. Zed, do you want to tell us what you wanted to say? Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think like we can like question why he did it or why did the person do it because we don't know about the person at all.
Yes.
It could be like complete, it could be happiness, boredom, anything. Like we don't even know like if the person is a man, a woman, a different person. Like
Yes.
so how can we like judge on them, like not judge but like question it because we don't have the evidence.
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
But we do know the person had a weapon.
Yeah.
So where'd they get that weapon? Why did they have a weapon to begin with? Aren't we living or supposed to be living in a civil society in which the people who carry the weapons are the law enforcement officers that we give those weapons to, and we, civilized humans, recognize that we don't need a weapon at all, unless we're in the United States. That's a different story. But we're in Canada. Why did that person have a weapon then?
Well, there could be many reasons though. Like he could have legally had the weapon even. It could be like the person that he killed, like it was an outrage or something. Like it was he wanted to kill one person for some reason, could be an outburst. Like there's so many like aspects to it
Sure.
that we don't know.
Okay.
But
Fair. Good
yeah.
points. We need to know.
Like we don't necessarily need to like portray the person as like a mental like disabled or something. It could be like totally different as well.
Sure. Sure. But we started the class. Remember, Brandon helped us. I said there was a reaction that he faced from a professor here that indicated to me that something needs to be fixed. And I'm just broadening it out to indicate we've got some big problems that need to be fixed. And this is one of them. And we're having different perspectives on this. Perspective here. Elizabeth, go ahead. You can walk over to Elizabeth and show everybody Elizabeth, and then we'll move on.
Oh yeah, another possibility is that he was, or whoever it was put up to it and wasn't his thing either.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Excellent point. I'm going to ask Elizabeth to write a critical question here because this strikes at the heart of what you are all dealing with today. You are living among a generation, you are the generation that has the most technology, the most access to technology than any other generation has ever had. And we saw with Tim Berners-Lee that when a technology is created, years later, it may become degraded and abused. Is it possible, Elizabeth, is it possible that this individual was radicalized, quote unquote? Is it possible that online he was goaded he was or she was told, you go do this and you will be a hero. Because guess what? This has been happening. And it's an example of the terrible abuse of technology when people anonymously ask somebody else to be violent for the sake of entertainment. This is maybe one of the most disturbing aspects of our culture right now. And if you want to know more about this and how this has been seen by visionaries, see the great movie Clockwork Orange by Stanley Kubrick, done many, many years ago. And when he began to see this idea that humans, give them enough tech, but not enough education and not enough spiritual understanding of humanity, and they will just get more violent. But they will do it for fun. Whew, then you've crossed a line into something very strange. Is that fair for me to say, or do you feel like you at least you understand that perspective? You don't have to
hit the
agree
nail
with
on
it,
the head.
but I want Elizabeth, she was starting to touch on that a little bit, I think. The goading aspect, perhaps. That Ron?
I think it's easier for people to be controlled through information now because of how widespread their access to information is and
Yes.
how impersonable it is, I would say, because if you wanted to learn about the world or about a particular subject, you just have to find yourself at a bookstore or a library, and you'd have your own agency over what you picked up and what you read and what you got out, rather than just being inundated with what is essentially propaganda online without your consent, really.
It's a great word, agency. You have your own agency. You can choose. You can choose when to plug in, not plug in, when to turn on, when to turn on. Elizabeth, and then we're gonna wrap this up. I just wanted to touch on this event and try to understand this idea of if we're gonna live together on this planet, so connected more and more, freedom is a very important aspect of that. But we have to understand how we're going to be connected peacefully when maybe many of us don't even like peace. We're too rattled, too stimulated. We don't even know how to calm down anymore. Elizabeth?
The other path, like being set up to it, like part of it was maybe they were goaded into it, but then maybe they were threatened into it.
Maybe there was what?
They were threatened.
Threatened.
Yes. Do this or this happens.
Okay. You want to come over here? Excellent. What we're saying is that there may have been an online dimension in the way people get radicalized today towards violence, where you can go online and watch so much grotesque stuff all day. You start to believe those things. Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on, it was brought up like talking about information and how we can be ruled by it.
Yes.
Or the corruption of information. Perhaps maybe there's a possibility that we may never know the true reason why, but instead maybe this event might be used to further an ideology or put a narrative on something to further, I don't know, an agenda or something. Hopefully that won't be the case, but maybe other people, based on finding out more about what happens, might interpret it differently. And then after the fact, it might be used as a way to influence other people to think a certain way.
Yes.
So
Positively?
hopefully positively.
Yeah.
But it could be negatively. For example, let's say we find out this person is X, Y, and Z, and it says, oh, they might paint a negative picture on other people who have similar background or similar
Yes.
upbringing. So
Okay. What's your name again?
Daniel.
Daniel. Okay, thanks, Daniel. Excellent. Okay, I'll just finally check in with the guys in the Cosmos. Is there anybody in the Cosmos that wants to address this in terms of why you think this event took place, and we'll get it into the notes? If not, we're going to move on, okay? Please jump on your microphone if you would like to do that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's
Live from
Angelique.
Union Station. Go ahead, Angelique. Yes.
Yeah, and I actually have been exposed to this type of like event where someone is just really bored, so they like even doing event security sometimes you're at a post, well, that's kind of boring, and then someone else will walk by and say, I want to pull this fire alarm just to cause a disturbance, kind of thing, right? And it's just
Yeah.
kind of like, no, you don't do that. That's you know, that's not a nice thing to do. Or even at
Right.
home where I'm at, I've had roommates that had the same situation. They're like purposely do like really bad things that they're not supposed to just for fun. And that's
How
kind
bad?
of why I wanted to take
Yeah.
humanity, because I wanted to believe in the faith of humanity again. Because I got so sick of seeing all this stuff around, and I was just like, I'm going to join a class that are kind of like me, that I actually have compassion and want to believe in humanity again and try to improve it and make it better. Um, and I think that's why the world needs more recreation therapy, I guess. And I guess actually, and I have an example of the halftime show at the Super Bowl, where in my class we talked about the importance of like live performance and being in the moment and savoring the moment and looking back at it as a positive experience. And then for the Super Bowl to hire 400 people to be dressed up as trees to be part of an event, I thought it was actually pretty amazing and cool. And I'm like, I kind of thought of this idea before it even happened, where you can just involve people to be part of the community. That's a positive, uplifting experience. And I kind of feel like I want to take credit for this idea for a little bit, because I talked about it so much in my positive psychology course of being in live performance. And I think that would be good for humanity to actually experience more of those events and then it be open and have people more of an enjoyable experience. And I think we need more of that, actually. You know,
Well,
so people don't get
sure.
bored. You know,
Well, let's
so
just say that there's a critical word here, and we're going to come back to what this class is all about, and that's humanity and humanity's destiny, but ultimately humanity. And Angelique, thank you for that. And I'm going to move on for a second, unless there's anything else anybody would like to add to this. I want to get to sort of the main part of today's class. And first, I also want to check and see, are you okay still holding the camera? Because I'm thinking of giving someone else the camera for the moment. Would you like to take it? Are you in video?
I
No.
have been, yeah, but
Go for it, okay? Give her the camera, 5 out of 5, and have fun with it, okay? You are recording the class. The audio and the video are all there. Hold your thought, Ryan. I just want to make sure. Working together. Okay, excellent. So,
One, to like mute the chat like while you're talking. So like
can I move the chat?
no, like mute the like chat so that like there's not the background sound.
Oh, can I mute? Okay, well, I'll ask. Make sure all of you in the cosmos are muted, okay? So somebody may have their microphone on. Please mute everybody, okay? And I will make sure this is the code. Let me just bring this back for a second. And getting problem here today with this. So anyways, okay. So I'm not gonna get too caught up in tech problems. The critical thing is this, okay? Together on Earth. What exactly does that very broad, excuse me, idea mean? Well, this is what I would like to begin exploring with you in more depth today. We started with an event today that speaks to something that indicates that our togetherness on Earth today, our connectedness, can get broken. And even that small example that Brandon has given, it's not so small for him, which is that he also experienced something that is broken, which is human beings not connecting. A professor who was not understanding exactly what Brandon's needs were. Together on Earth means essentially that as we go forwards, all of us are now so connected, as you know, that everything that happens everywhere happens here. Everything Everywhere, All at Once. Remember the title of that film? Wonderful, interesting, quite violent films at times, but the title was Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And the idea that I think the filmmakers were trying to get at in that film, to some extent, was the idea that we're living now at a time when we're connected to everything through technology. It could be in the future, the past, it could be the space, it could be an event that's happened in one part of the world. And this creates some big questions for us in terms of how do we go forwards with this? Now, Together on Earth has many dimensions to it. And I'm going to ask you in a moment, again, we're going to go around and we're going to try to understand what are some of the critical questions and dilemmas that we face around the idea that we now are constantly being exposed to so many things happening in so many parts of the world. What do we focus on? What should we be thinking about more seriously? What should we be pushing away from our minds to make sure that we can concentrate when we can access so much? And there's also a critical question that I'd like to introduce to you about this idea of together on Earth. And that is, there has never been a time really when we've had to address this issue of human freedom in the way that we do now, because when everybody is so connected, when you can get on a bus, you can get on a subway, and you can walk down the street, and you can be exposed to people who are so different from you, from different parts of the world, with different needs, and who all have their rights. How do we get along? How do we make sure that in this sort of parade of diversity and differences in the world, that we can respect everybody's need to be free, to have their dignity, and to be heard, essentially, for their voice to be heard? I wonder if this individual, this young person in Tumbler Ridge, wanted to be heard. I don't know why. I don't know what would motivate a human being to want to be heard in such a way that in the end you carry out such a destructive, haunting, irreversible act of violence. It ends by destroying so many people's lives, and then yours. It ends in suicide. But I wonder if there was something there too, where this person wanted to be heard or wanted to make a statement about something and felt that they couldn't. The fact is, what that person did is heard around the world. We're talking about an Oshawa. It's impacting people everywhere. And that's the world we live in right now, is we have to try and figure out how do we navigate through this constant hurricane, tsunami of events, information that is coming at you constantly, and it makes it feel like everything everywhere is happening all at once, right in front of your eyes, in front of your screen, in front of you constantly. So Together on Earth raises a lot of important questions about what should we be doing. But I don't know exactly what kinds of questions we should be asking, and I don't know exactly what kinds of dilemmas this presents us. I can only paint a very broad picture and help us to understand how to begin to go into this. The world has changed. That's a cliche, everybody knows that. Technology is only going to get better. It's only going to become a greater part of our lives. There is positive technology, the kind of technology that allows Brandon to roll around, to contribute, in spite of all that he has been through. There is the kind of technology that allowed Stephen Hawking, for example, the great physicist, to be able to contribute his brilliance to us when He too was confined to a wheelchair as a quadriplegic and couldn't even speak and needed a computer to do so. But this technology, it's only getting better and better and will be better and better in your lives, is giving us so much more information, events, and stimulation. What do we need to be asking about this going forward? To ensure, finally, that this will do what Tim Berners-Lee said it would do. Liberate us. Elevate us. Make us better as human beings. Share information more so that we can learn from each other more. It has been said about humans by world historians that the defining quality of the human being that has made us so powerful on this planet, unlike any other creature that has ever walked this planet, is our intelligence. It's our brain and what we do with it. It's persistent collective learning. To steal a term from one of our great world historians, our intelligence, which we're supposed to be sharing more and more of together, as Tim Berners-Lee really tried to help us do, comes from the fact that we are persistent collective learners. We like to learn together. Well, then, why do we have an event that happens like the one yesterday? What went wrong? What failed? Where did humanity go wrong? I thought that we were going to get that. So I'd like to stop for a second and just make sure that you at least understand this large concept of together on Earth. We're stuck together now on a planet. We are connected all over to each other. What do? We have people in front of us who come from different cultures constantly with different needs. What do? We have to find a way, we have to find questions, we have to find a way of giving us a hopeful path forward together today. Just to touch on this, of where should we be looking to go forwards together so that when you write your first assignment next week, it's due Thursday, February the 19th, I've asked you specifically to reflect on this idea of your hopes for our collective future. It's very broad. But the idea is I'm asking you to think about hope at a time when things sometimes don't look so hopeful. Where's the hope for all of us collectively? So first I have to stop and cough and make sure I can speak a little bit more. What I'd like to do is it's 3:00. I'm going to do a little bit of teamwork, okay, and give you a chance to work in teams. And you can leave the notes, okay, Elizabeth, for now. You can come back and I'll have a chance to engage with the Cosmos too. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And so we'll go into groups of 3 or 4. So Elizabeth, would you come and sit here with Zed and Trinity? Thanks, Trinity. I'll take this for now, okay? So it's going to come back. I'm going to get everybody into their teams. Let's balance this out over here. So Ryan and Daniel and what's your name?
Lakshmi?
L-
Lakshmi.
Lakshmi. L-O-K? L-A-K?
SHMI?
S-H. Lakshmi. Thank you. Okay. Lakshmi, could you please go over with those two gentlemen, Ryan and Daniel, okay? Brandon, you can be here. You can pull into the side if you want. Okay. And your name? Sia. Sia. Oh yeah, Sia Anand. Okay, great. Sia, and it's
Dimitri.
Dimitri. Great. Dimitri and Ron. Okay, you're a group here. All right, and then you can join them. Okay. Great. Okay. Good. So Here is your exercise, everybody. I'm getting you ready to write some great first assignments. Please identify in your discussion over the next 10 minutes, where is your hope for our collective future? Where should you put your attention? We want today, after starting in a very dark place, to be able to identify hopeful things, but not pie in the sky thing. Real hopeful ideas on how we collectively, we humanity, can go forwards with less violence, less killing, more mental well-being. I don't have a clue what we should be doing. You're going to have to define that. Big stuff. It will help you for your first assignment. Go ahead, okay? Start the conversation and we'll take this up in about 15 minutes. All right? Good. Okay, so let me say hello to the cosmos. Okay, and I am going to come here for a moment while
I was
everybody.
gonna say, I thought this was our second assignment because we already did one that was 750 words.
No, you did that already and you handed it in early, Angelique, and you already wrote it.
Oh,
Yeah, I
and
saw.
actually,
Okay.
a lot of mine was actually based on we should have more recreational therapy.
Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah.
So hold
Yeah.
on. Let me just get the mic. Let me get everything straightened out here. Okay. So, all right. Because I see we have about 17 other students joining us today. And I just want to clean up the,
I know I'm kind of a camera hog, I
it's
guess.
okay. It's okay. Let me just make sure everybody else. Okay. So let's see who else is with us right now. Emily. Well, I'm going to wait, Emily. I want to read out loud your excellent discussion post, okay? We haven't had a chance to do that. So Emily's discussion post, but we'll do that, okay? So Emily's there, and I see Emily. That's great. Okay, Carson. Let's see who else. I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to try and do something here that I haven't quite done. Yeah. Okay, so can I scroll like that? No, it won't allow me. So let me just come back. Okay. I'm going to come and sit the back here for a second. Hold on. Having a little trouble with my. So why this is not working. No, okay. So I can. There we go. Excellent. Come on and hold on. Why this won't go away? Great. Okay, I can't see things too clearly now. Oh, there we go. It's back. Nice. Okay. So here's what I'd like you all to do. I want you to start thinking about what I just said around hope for our collective future. Together, where do we begin to place our hope in a collective future? When we know that our togetherness on the planet has never been more intense. We've never been more connected globally, as you know. So, where do we place our hope in this when it can seem like there are many, many problems that we're facing? So, go ahead, start writing your thoughts in the live chat, okay? And I'll be able to check this. And then be prepared for the take up in about 15 minutes to jump on your microphone. Please try and be as specific as you can, okay? So that's good, Angelique, community events. But what do you mean? Why community? Should it be in person? Should it be online? Combination? Try and be specific. Okay, this is a time when you can think of it as a bit of a rough draft for your first assignment that's due next week. Okay, great. I'm just going to move around and see. And let's see if that works. Does that go away? No, it doesn't. There it is. It does go away. Okay. So come back on YouTube. Just talking to myself, folks. Just trying to get that good. Okay. Yeah. I got friends. Do you mind if the Cosmos joins you? Okay, so I'm going to let you in the Cosmos, you can join this group here, okay? And then I'm going to move the camera around. Afterwards, I'm going to move it. Go ahead.
So no hope.
I think so. I mean,
I definitely right now with everything going on with like Donald Trump and all of that, I definitely think it can feel like there's no hope. But with more like violence, I feel like it's bringing people to fight for change. Like I feel like a lot more people are trying to fight for change. Like in Minneapolis or whatever, like people are like fighting to stop ICE. I feel like it kind of brings people together. Although it tears people apart, I definitely think they can bring about change. Maybe give people new perspective.
Everyone has always, it's gonna be the end of the world.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is a lot of my generation. And then you had that generation where all the stuff was people were still building a whole bunch of nuclear bombs and down.
Yeah.
And then we're.
Who knows how close it actually came to the world.
Degree.
We're still here.
Yeah.
At the university.
I mean, yeah, but like if you think about like history wise, the last time the World War happened, nobody like had enough nuclear weapons to fight back.
If
That's
they
why they want.
runs over there.
Yeah, I do agree.
Um,
So
He's like,
no,
no,
he was the
what I'm saying now is like we have enough nuclear power that enough countries have their own voices. As you can see, like they're trying to defy the US, which was impossible before. But now it is. Why do you think that?
Yeah,
Because they have
everyone.
nuclear power. So the US can't just invade anyone. They can invade like like Venezuela, which don't have like, enough power, but they can't actually invade big countries.
Yeah.
So what if they had a conflict some thought in the future? What was it?
You never know, but it doesn't mean it's 100% gonna happen. You know, there's definitely, it's like, okay, it's scary, it could happen.
Yeah, but we do know like a guy like Donald Trump like can do anything to get power, right?
I agree.
So do you believe in him? To, like,
I do
do
not
that?
believe in him.
all of them will always look out for their own self-preservation. So
Yeah.
they think that if they drop a nuclear bomb on wherever, then they're gonna get a level of retaliation that involves their own destruction, and they won't drop the nuclear bomb because they like feel selfish.
He's selfish.
What if they're already losing and they're about to lose the war?
Wait, who?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like whoever loses, yes.
That doesn't, but that's like, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. It could happen, it's a possibility, but it's not 100%.
Oh yeah, I think the world is like building up to it. It's not like right now it's gonna happen. Like, but I think the world is building up to it.
It could,
Yes.
but it's not 100%. So I feel like if it's not 100%, there's still room for hope, you know? If we're not getting nuked at this very moment, I think there's still some hope.
Thing is, there's a whole bunch of different things building up nowadays. So there's that whole thing.
Yeah.
attention, blah, blah, blah. But then there are also very large group of people who are trying to do the opposite, who are trying to not necessarily stop, but more like progress towards good things. That, as side effects, make it less likely for nuclear war to happen.
Yeah.
Very vague, but
I think that
I'm just going to bring this over here and show you. Are you listening, Emily, to that one? Do you want me to
Yeah,
bring
I'm
it?
definitely
Oh,
listening.
okay.
It's interesting. Thank you.
Now you can also meet Emily. That's Elizabeth, the one she commented on your good discussion post. You know that?
Really
You see
great.
that?
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. You should read what she said. Okay, good.
Mm.
We're gonna
Yeah,
get to
yeah,
that
I
later.
can
Okay.
do them.
She,
So
you
interesting.
commented on her post, right?
Which I don't remember.
Very good.
I
Yeah,
commented
okay.
on. Okay. We're
You
lost.
can go another 5 minutes or so.
Um.
And then we're gonna take a big.
Well, also stop.
I think the hope is like people can have good like that. And that's great. That's the only hope we have.
there the very you mentioned that there are few people that are at the very top,
Yeah.
right? But then they don't have all the power, as in they don't all have the power. Like they're not in the room pressing buttons. They're not the ones doing that. They're the ones telling other people to go.
Oh yeah.
And there's always a question of whether or not people they command will actually obey them to a certain point. Now Trump have that experiment that
Yeah.
but
There are people that just don't care. So
yeah,
But we're not there yet, and I think also with like the U.S. going nuts in the like pulling out of the World Health Organization, there's also like there's always gonna be
I'm going to move this around because I want you to have a little experience with the other students too. Okay. So,
Thank you.
okay. The Cosmos is joining you. Okay. So just be aware. How does that, how that looks over here? But here it is. Yeah. Okay. Next group. Nice.
Hi.
That's it.
Okay.
Excellent. There we go.
I'm not big on politics.
that's very me too, honestly.
And then we're going to come over here.
Yeah.
There's Ron. You want to hold that Cosmos? Bring the Cosmos into your conversation.
When it comes to doing protest stuff, I feel like there is a way of like speaking out for us, not just like relying on people to speak out for us. Because when you're doing it on social media, it's like one life is done. It's not like a big enough issue where it's actually making a difference. Like yes, it's hard to make a difference as just being like people, not having to hire like government and stuff. But at the end of the day, that protest has been everyone's going to be like, no, this is wrong. I think there is some sort of difference that is being made. Maybe it's not like curing everything like fully by doing get calls to the extent.
If it actually gets out there, if it's not being.
It was like, again, the Palestinians those were going on Zoom scouts. They had people doing downtown protests. Everyone was speaking out about the not everyone was agreeing with it, but people were speaking.
2 more minutes.
But if you think about it, the way people consume news now, they are in a silo. So if you are interested to follow this protest, you will know everything about that.
Yeah.
If you choose not to follow, or if you're in a different kind of, you won't even hear about it happening. Not forget understand.
The algorithm.
Hear about it happening, right? And to me personally, like the genocide in Gaza is very close because I used to live in Israel. You could say I was like on the other side. But I'll tell you one thing that again most people don't know. It's same in Ukraine, it's same in Russia and Israel, it's same in the States to an extent too. The people in Israel, the normal most people, don't hurt anybody, don't want to take over anything. This is government, is the people. Same in Palestine. Most people, they just want to live their life. They don't want to blow up. They don't want to hit anybody. And they understand, right? Like most people that I met and I talk to, regardless of their beliefs, they just want a safe place for the children.
That's what I mean about how even if we like don't realize that the government has so much control over if they choose something, it's kind of like they have so much control of how we live our
How do they have so much?
but
And we give them control every day, every minute. We give them control.
Okay, 30 seconds.
Ongoing for fast.
so we don't have control over how things end up turning out. Like we won't do so much. Like if, like I don't know.
Because we're disjointed.
Yes. But even if we were to come together, it's you're trying out like for like even if go back to like the protests and stuff, everyone's coming together to make a difference, but it's still not like equivalent to Donald Trump's. You know what I mean? Like it's he still has a higher power for people, and he's not even using his control in a right.
But for each protest, there was also counter protest.
Yes,
Right? So we are divided.
we are divided. But I'm saying when you guys like do things together, it's at least like a group of people having a voice to be like, this is wrong. This is what we need to do. But our voice isn't strong enough in comparison to being like political leader.
But who listens to the voice? It's us again who receive the voice, right? If we go home and turn on the
Thanks, Ron. Go ahead. Thanks, Dimitri. Okay, everybody. We are going to do our take up. And I'm going to see if I can make this work today. And where did I put my little? There it is. Okay, sorry. I'm going to put the camera in the right place so that we can do this together because we are together in a classroom, just the way we're together. And
Thank you.
that's what it's all about. Okay, so let's see. That may be not enough. So
Okay, I can see.
this, and I'm going to come join everybody down here. And I'll get my little, yeah. Okay, I'm going to sit over here. So what are we seeing? Yeah, that's what we see on YouTube. But as long as we can be seen. Okay, let's make sure everybody is visible as much as possible. But for now, over here, we'll do this. Okay, here's what I would like to do. Good. We are going to do this in the nucleus along with those who put their great comments in the live chat. We're going to try and begin to break this down. And I just have to find the right angle so at least everybody can be heard. Okay. So I guess it'll be something like that. All right. Okay. And I'll join you all. Great. Okay. Excuse me. First, we need to get our scribe back on the smartboard for this take up. Just make another slide and call this take up. Elizabeth is heading over there right now. And I guess it might be a bit better if we have Trinity continue to do the camera work because you can move around, okay? Have fun with this, grabbing shots. So go ahead and if there's any problems with audio, please let us know by just jumping on your microphone. But try to stay fairly close to the speaker, okay? As close as you can.
Can I flip the camera or is that not possible?
It's for some reason that's disappeared. But you can try, okay? And see. As long as we can be heard, if the video gets a little wonky and crazy, that's all right. As long as the audio connection is maintained, we're good. Okay, so it is 3:20, and we want to give everybody the chance in each of the teams, as well as online, a chance to begin to answer this very broad question that I put up on the board, which is where together should we be placing our hopes today? And we're going to try and put some notes down that really establish some real concrete, deeper learning, not pie in the sky stuff, but real stuff. So who's ready to tell us what their group was discussing and whether they can crystallize that into a few words? This is the tough part. This is the critical thinking part when you've got to actually edit yourself and say less. It's easy to say a lot. It's hard to say less. So, well, while you're thinking, I'm going to suggest that Emily Lee at last reads out loud her 5th discussion post, or 4th. Emily, would you be able to go to the discussion board 4 and read out loud what you wrote?
What? Sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but what do you mean?
Oh, on your 4th discussion post, which was very good, and Elizabeth even commented on it, I'd like you to read it out loud to us. Can you do that?
The first one?
The 4th one.
Number 4.
Okay, I have to go to.
Go ahead, okay? And go to the 4th discussion board. And while you're doing that, I'll check and see if there's anybody here who's ready to start putting some notes up for Elizabeth.
Okay, let me go there.
Okay, go ahead. And I'm going to check over with the group. Let us know when you've got that ready, okay? Teed up in front of you.
Okay, I still checking.
Give you a few more seconds and then we'll see.
The first one.
The 4th one. Discussion board number 4.
Okay.
Has the age of artificial intelligence arrived? I think that was your question. I think that was your question. Okay, keep looking. All right, and I'm going to start over here.
Okay.
Do you have it in front of you?
Okay, I found it.
Great.
You want me to?
Go ahead and read it. Read it to us.
I just talk about a little bit, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, for our future, I said we have to looking back at the history and focus on the person, and we will see our future.
Yes.
And what kind of the world do we live in? So I believe we are the winners from right now.
We are what?
And the winners. I mean, for we can see how's going for the technology, how it changing humans' lives, what's our future world. It's dependence right now. I mean, what happened in the technology. That's
okay.
what
I'll stop for a second, okay? Thank you for doing this. I'm experimenting with something today in terms of bringing.
A few
Not
weeks
a problem.
ago, so
Okay. We'll leave it there for now, okay? But thank you for
Okay.
that. Let's go
Okay.
over there to the first team, and maybe it's either Dimitri or Sia or Brandon or Ron.
Okay.
What did you guys seem to conclude?
So I don't think we came to a conclusion. We had a good discussion.
What path? Where should we be looking? You know, these many forks in the road right now. Where should we be going?
Yeah. So what personally how I feel from the discussion we had, that my hope in the future lies in people who are sane,
or sane,
in their mind,
mentally well,
mentally well,
mentally well.
then all over the world coming together and taking control of the people who are insane and putting them in mental institution and giving them help.
Giving them help.
Yes.
So, Dimitri, I'm going to put a fairly big question to you, but it has been asked by many people today. Is our civilization today causing more mental illness? Is our world today causing more mental health problems?
Well, civilization is a very big thing.
You know,
And
it's,
understood differently. In a ways, in some ways it does, because there is a disconnect between people.
Mhm.
Technology can be part of it, but it's how we use technology. It's not really the blame of technology. But in a way, also to take it back to freedom, to connect it to freedom.
Yes, yes.
Our desire to be free in some aspects has taken us too far to make us free of other people. But then we lost the connection.
We lost the
with
connection.
those people.
Do you know, a student said, I can't remember which one in the discussion post, that we're getting more physically comfortable. We have so much, but the more technology allows us to be physically comfortable, more mentally we have problems.
Yes.
So it's an interesting contradiction.
Well, comfortable often means sanitary, without enough exercise. And
Yes, yes.
many people agree that we need to have physical exercise
Yes.
to keep our mental clarity.
Yeah, absolutely. So civilization making us more sedentary can actually be making us crazier. Very interesting. A student was on that. Okay, let's move it around. Thanks, Dimitri. Give the group over here. Who over here? And what's your name again? It's Arshdeep. Arshdeep. Oh, that's Arshdeep, of course. Yeah, Arshdeep, you've been writing some good stuff and did the good. Do you want to try, Arshdeep, and explain what somehow the direction is? Dimitri is saying we have to deal with mental health.
No, I mean,
You want to try, or Daniel? Or,
he's a good speaker.
Ryan, no, because he's not officially registered, but we always want to hear from him. But I want to make sure we have everybody.
Arshdeep did some great things here.
Arshdeep? Yeah, and he writes. He's got, and he came up and told me some great stuff last night. So Arshdeep, go ahead.
So, as Anderson said, there is no hope in future for humanity.
There's no hope.
No.
I wouldn't Ryan, yeah, yes. Go ahead, yes.
Because we can see that the leaders, the political leaders, they can fight each other for just piece of land. They do not agree with that. At the end of the day, they will not carry anything from the world, even the not money, even not the materialistic things, even not the land. And they should be more focused on the humanity things like what the human needs, the shelter, food, and the water. But most of them, they are focused on the AI. We can
Yes.
see the AI is totally dangerous because the most of companies like investing and they are implement on the AI robots and the most of things which can be more dangerous and they can take the jobs for humans. We can see in the Amazon there are large number of employees like lay out because of the AI and the robots.
Yeah.
But what if everything is done by the robot and there will no space for human? Then who can be earn and then who can be like buy something for them?
Well, Arshdeep, I want to ask you a tough question. I want to walk out of this class today in 15 minutes feeling, good about humanity, just generally. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to be doing tonight, but maybe opening a big bottle of liquor and, or I would never do that. Just go to the gym and work out.
Can I say something? Can I say
There's no
something?
hope. There has to be a way through this stuff that you just said. Go ahead.
Can I say something?
What? Did you say more?
Yeah, he said more.
Okay, hold on a second. Somebody actually is eager to say something online. This is a sign this is working today. Emily, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
English is my second language, so I'm not really good for speaking, but I want to say something about AI.
Go ahead. Say it to Arshdeep.
Actually, about AI, I know it's a new technology in our life, but thinking about that, maybe they take some work from us. But thinking about that, maybe they make more. I mean, just like look before we if we want to know a lot of things, we need to go to read a lot of books. But now we don't have to. Only you ask question, you can get just like one library. It's it's like
So, Emily,
yeah,
let me just, this is very interesting. You wrote in your discussion post something very positive about
yeah,
artificial intelligence. And you're basically saying now we just need to get smarter and more educated.
yeah.
But now you're looking at, well, you shouldn't be looking at me too much. You're looking at Archie, and he has just
I
said there's
mean,
no hope for
no,
humanity.
no, no. It's a new hope for us. I believe that just like we human through a lot of things, a lot, but human never fail. You believe that? Look back with the history, you can see that. That's what I try to
You're
say.
not wrong. You're not wrong. And I teach world history. So, Arshdeep, what do you think? Humans have been through a lot in history, and they
Yeah,
get through it. Terrible
yeah.
things.
Because
So,
human always have hope.
well,
Hope make
we
us
call it
keep going.
blind hopes. But blind
Yeah,
hopes are okay.
yeah,
One of our
yeah.
most famous
The hope
scientists
make
once
us
said,
keep going. Even yes, it's a lot um problem we have to figure it out, but we keep going.
we keep
That's
going.
what I try to say.
Lovely. Arshdeep, do
Don't
you want to?
ever lose hope.
Arshdeep is going to respond to this.
Um,
Thank you.
but the ratio of good people is too low currently, and I think that, as you said, AI is not bad, but the thing is that when we read something by our own, we can get the knowledge more as compared to the AI. We just type the thing and they, like the Chat GPT or like Google Gemini, they just give the information. But when we read the books or when we grind or read deep,
Yes.
we get the more.
I mean, you
We are
focus
just
on the benefit. You don't just focus to something you feel dangerous. That's just not only one way to accept the technology AI. Not only we have to just like how just like example, okay? A lot AI will do a lot work, but maybe the future can make us let's work. Maybe today we work 5 days to get our income. And the future we don't need. Maybe we only work 3 days
uh,
because they take all the job,
Can I
but
can I
they
ask?
make benefit. They don't we don't need to pay them income. That's what I try to say.
can I just
Right?
add
They
one
they
line?
work, they're working, but they're not um we don't need
They're
to pay
working, but
them.
we don't have to pay them. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Then that means that benefit you go to the human. That's what
In
I try
theory.
to say.
People who are in
But
charge.
now, yes,
But
I know a lot thinking, a lot
Yeah.
problem
We're all being
people.
brought together due to AI.
Can I say something?
Can I say
Yeah,
something?
yeah, sure.
So, in my view, you are right. and you're right.
No, it
Because
doesn't mean
because the any technology, in my view, is a tool. And any tool can be used for something good or bad. For example, if you have a hammer, you can build a house, or you can hurt somebody. And this
yeah,
is the same
it's true.
tool, right?
But you
So
don't think because I worry about her, then I don't build a house, right? We
yeah,
don't
but
do that, right? That's what
that's
I
right.
mean. Yeah, we still
Yeah.
building house.
One thing, but we can predict future, but we cannot assume that it will be the same what we think right now. It could be the worst.
Or
There is a hope it could be better, but where I am seeing the world, so I can see that, or I can say that the
I
AI will be
think
more dangerous.
I think the dangerous things is war, killing. That's the dangerous things, not AI yet. Because AI, we didn't see they harm us yet. But killing is happening, wars happening, right? So we don't lose hope for the technology. That's what I try to say.
so what you were saying was AI might all these things might happen, all these bad things, but we don't know for sure. What we do know for sure is that right now there is war, there is killing. That is happening now. And if we're
Yes,
going to worry
the
about
dangers.
something, then it
Yeah,
should be war.
yeah, that's what I
I
think.
used to make war more efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drones.
We have fun.
Yeah, there is AI that makes killing in the war more efficient.
Yep, the more
Um,
governments are using the AI, they can easily target anyone.
uh,
Currently, it
well,
is
we don't see AI killing yet. We don't see yet. So
Yes,
we
we do.
don't
I'm afraid
say,
to say.
there are many
We've seen it in
guns and
Ukraine, we've seen it in Gaza,
can kill
we've seen
anyone.
drones.
Yep.
Drones. A lot of drones. Emily, a lot of drones are being used now in war.
I know.
But I want to stop for a second because we have 5 minutes left.
That might be the best
Okay.
defense at all costs.
It is terrific. And would you like this to continue a little bit more? Or we
But
can pick it up next
can
week.
I say
Okay.
can I say a little bit more? A little bit,
Yes, you
just a
can.
little
Okay.
bit.
Let's finish
Yeah.
up. I'm just conscious of time, but at the same time, I think this is great. Absolutely. So go ahead.
So yes, a large drone in the war. But thinking about that, can we stop it? No, no one can stop it. It still keep going. So we have to accept it's coming right now and try to thinking about how to control it to have more benefit to human, and let's have some hope for our future, right?
I think
Emily, I've got a
we
response
have
for
to
you.
change first ourselves.
Ron wants to comment too. I
Yep.
want to make sure everybody has a chance, okay? If they
Okay,
want.
yeah, sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Well, you say that nothing could stop the advancement of AI and its influence on humanity. It's essentially the point you're making, right?
I think it's hard to stop it.
It's hard to stop, but then what makes it easy to control then? What do you think would make it easy to control? Because you say it should be controlled. And I agree that it should, but
Uh,
you say that it can't be stopped. So what would allow it to be controlled easily?
yeah, that's human's job.
Question.
That's human's
Elizabeth, you have a
job.
question. What?
You could say the same thing about humans. We can't apparently
We can't control humans.
but you can't control humans. They're not. Bits. AI would probably do distilling bits. Maybe we can't control it. Maybe we can. We have the tools. But maybe we can't. And it'll still exist. And we'll just be existing with it, uncontrolled. And
What would that look like, Elizabeth? Existing with it.
yeah.
What will it look like?
Yeah.
You can think about that. Good discussion. Daniel wants to say something.
Ron will come. I won't say something too long, but I just want to say like
Great
this is
question, Ron. How do we?
this is interesting because I like how there's two sides to this. There's two perspectives.
Yes.
We have Arshdeep who he sees the problems of AI and sees how there are pitfalls for us and kind of hopelessness for us as humans, many problems. But I also see Emily looking at the good side of things and trying to be hopeful.
Absolutely.
I think these maybe showcase two important aspects of humanity that we should always try and be aware of.
Yes.
Because if we're too pessimistic, we might fall into despair.
Yes.
So it's good to have hope and sometimes even the blind hope that Emily is, or not necessarily blind, but the optimistic hope that Emily's showcasing. But at the same time, too much of that could lead us to ignore potential problems and to be naive of things that might happen. So I think basically I like what Emily's saying, I like what Archie's saying. I think we need to have a mixture of that.
That's right.
But ultimately, yeah, I think it's like again what Dimitri said, it's a tool. There's good and bad things to it.
Excellent. That's what we do in the classroom. Say it, camera woman. Trinity, you're doing a fabulous job.
That's cool.
Zed, tell everybody what you're thinking.
I think like we're focusing on like micro aspect too much. It's like AI is free, yeah, but it's using resources of like humans, like water and stuff, which could be used to save humans actually. But we are just using it to make cat videos and whatnot. Like it's pretty good, but yeah. Also, it's like even if the AI can like do whatever, it's like who controls it, and it's the people who are in power. Even if the AI like makes like a cure to cancer, do you think they will release it? Do you think like if AI can like do every calculation, like run the government, do you think they will allow it? No. So it doesn't even like matter like if AI is good or not. It's like who controls it? Yeah.
Great question, Zed.
So
Great question.
yeah.
Controls it. Who controls it? Let's leave it there for now, okay? We'll return to this. I just want to I want to make sure everybody
I
comes
feel
back.
like I had one like
Okay, go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead. Give
I-
Ryan a chance. Yep.
like all I was
Keep
go-
it brief, okay?
yeah, all I was gonna say was like, I feel like one side of this is like the hopeless view, like, oh, there's no hope, and the other is like hope with like connecting it to AI. But I guess what I would say is like, why don't we take that hope that like we should have that is gonna lead us to a new world and put it back in humans instead? You know?
Well, yeah, bring it. Trinity, if you want to bring the camera here, we'll put it back and you can, because I just want to tell you one final word. I wanted to clap for all of you. And let me just make sure and tell you something that maybe you all don't want to say because this is about all of you and you are humble humans here. But let me just say that, do you know what gives me hope?
This conversation.
You read my mind, Dimitri, but I'll put it in even more brief terms. You. Oh. For what we just did.
This before Valentine's too.
Or you can call the season of love coming. Ron, the season of love. We're in February and the weather's getting better.
That's just the system trying to make us like a chocolate.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I mean it from my heart that the fact that all of you are prepared first to be patient with this tech experiment and then take off and allow yourselves to discuss things that are difficult in front of a camera for all the others who are watching and who are going to learn from this. That to me demonstrates courage. It demonstrates a certain trust in each other. And that, yes, we could have continued. And I'm sure there are many things we could be talking about that could be difficult too, but you're not afraid.
Should we be afraid?
Yeah, apparently so. The world is such that there's a lot of problems we're afraid of, but you're not. You're ready to face these things. And here's the critical part, Ron, together. Like this. That I like that. I think that to me is something that you take it for what it is worth, Ron, but I believe that that is a sign of hope in humanity. What we just saw right here. Just in a small way. So, Emily,
Mhm.
yes, I guess we all are, or at least I am right now, kind of positive. The glass as we leave today is a little bit half full, perhaps, but we did start in a pretty difficult place. And why don't we come back with the final word and then we'll just conclude this completely. Brandon, is there anything you'd like to say? You rolled in here today, you've joined us. You know, you gave us a problem, it started us thinking about bigger things. Is there anything you'd like to say as we end this?
Well, all I have to say is it's not the end. There's going to be a lot more issues to raise.
Mm-hmm. Can we face them? Can we face difficult things? Like, can we?
Definitely.
You mean that? Do you mean that? Or are you just telling us that because you want us to hear that?
All the technology and everything, and all the with everything able for everyone to connect together, we are all able to overcome any issues, and yeah.
You really mean that? Jeez. Well, guys, I'm sure glad this is recorded. Have a great week. There's a fifth discussion post that's due next week. You have your first assignment that you just wrote the rough draft for today. And Emily, thank you for struggling through reading your fourth discussion post without any warning.
Sorry.
And for all of you, we will save the live chat for all of your insights that are in the live chat, and for all those who are going to watch the recording. This will be an outstanding resource of real live learning. Okay, we got to end this. Take care, everybody. Brandon, thank you very much. See you next week, everybody. See you next week. Okay, so I have to save the live chat, but you can talk to me a little bit here before I do this on my phone. And I don't want to. I don't want to mess this up. Okay, so hold on a second. I have to go to the live chat. Here it is. I'm on my phone. Will it allow me to do it? Yeah, go on. Download it. There it is. It's downloaded. Excellent. Nice. So we've got the live chat. We've got Harshika, Angelique, Patricia, Haneen, Eamon, Angelique. Great, everybody. So let us see. Anything anybody'd like to say to me before we conclude? And I'm going to end the class. Okay. Have a good week. Emily Lee, keep writing the good posts that you're writing.
I'm
Absolutely.
trying.
Yeah. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Very
Thank you.
good. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Are we all getting our participation marks for
Okay.
this?
So for participation, well, let me just tell you, if you did not unmute your microphone, you will not get full participation marks. So remember what I said at the beginning about unmuting your microphone? So in order for you to receive full participation marks, you have to go to the discussion board and post exactly what I asked you to in the instructions. If you want 5 out of 5, follow the instructions, okay, on the discussion board. Just a second, Zed. Okay, Rajdeep, is it Rajdeep? You're asking that question?
Harshika.
Or Harshika? Yeah, Harshika. Okay,
Yeah.
so did you, I don't think you unmuted and actually join the class via audio. So it's not enough for you to just join the class without speaking if you want full participation marks. In order to receive full participation marks, if you did not unmute your microphone, follow the instructions on the discussion board. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're good?
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Harshika. And it's Harshika?
Yeah.
Ashika?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, let's see who else might have a question. Ashika's question. Okay, you brought. Oh, you, Braj. I think you had posted your fourth post, right, in the fifth discussion board. Don't worry about it. Are you? Am I correct, you, Braj? Yeah. Don't worry. It doesn't need to be deleted. I know it's a mistake, but that post that's in the fifth discussion, is it in the fourth discussion board as well, or is it just the fifth board? Yeah. Go ahead. Make sure it's that your fourth discussion post is posted on the fourth discussion board. Okay. And if you happen to make a mistake and you post it on the fifth, and it's just a copy of what you posted on the fourth, that's okay. That's great, Yubraj. No problem. Okay. I will just mark what I see on the fourth. Remember, your fifth discussion post is based on today's class. Okay, Yubraj? That's, you will be posting a new one. Excellent. Okay, this is working on my phone here, which is very nice. Okay. Anine, okay, so everyone's basically gone. Emily's there. Yep. Patricia. Okay, everybody, I'm going to end the video conference.
Okay. See
Um,
you. Have a
Take
nice day.
care.
Take care.
Have have a great week.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Bye bye. Okay, so I have the, it's saved